And a happy Thursday. Good evening. We are getting close to the end of February and a bit of a heat wave for the next couple of days, at least in this neck of the woods here, which is always really nice. Last week we had Dr. Debbie Hall on, and this week it is the premiere of a cut that I'm still not completely satisfied with. But like I said, every other week we're trying to turn loose a new episode of The Darkest Stories. And doing it twice a month like that, or every other week, whatever. I don't know. We may be done with it around 2028 because Stace has more haunted dolls than I can imagine. But this week, and we're going to see the thing here in just a few minutes, but this week was, I'm not going to say a throw together because there was quite a bit of effort that went into this on the part of Stace, myself, Crystal, who did our AI work on this, and of course, the effects and everything. But the story, I wouldn't use the word frightening as much as I would heartbreaking. What do you think, Stace?
It is.
This one is not for kids, even though
Absolutely not. This one's
no,
horrible.
even though the subject centers around a teddy bear, and Stace calls him Graveyard Teddy. This is the one that so many people have heard so much about. He's been at several, as a matter of fact, I think everyone that I've been to, he's been to the haunted doll tours, the darkest stories, which is now, I guess, what we're calling the doll tours, the darkest stories, haunted doll tours, because Stasis broke out some of these dolls that really, whew, they've got some real stories behind them. And once you see this story, it's going to be pretty evident as to how it is that such an object, like a doll, could absorb this kind of energy and do some of the things that they do. I don't know when, and I have no influence. I don't want any influence on Stace about what doll she picks next. But I do
They'll
wonder.
pick themselves.
Okay, and I do wonder about what it's going to be like with the Reagan one.
I think we're
Um,
going to do her next.
okay, um, I do know that she has vibes that are, ooh, they are creepy. I have seen her eyes change from, like, I've picked her up before. I've handled her. I've held her. One minute her eyes are like that of any other doll, and the next minute they look more like snake eyes. I guess I would say. They kind of got like the slits in them and all.
Hmm.
And you do get vibes from her. I mean, you can take her near somebody, anybody practically, and they definitely get a feeling about her. She's almost, her sense of strength is almost, to me, as strong as Agnes, if not a little stronger. But yeah, they definitely have their own presence, and they make their presence known. Teddy, I've never gotten any kind of feelings about, but I always drew a sense of sadness from him.
Me too.
Well, after hearing your story and producing the thing, I see why.
Hmm.
I understand why now completely. Why there is such a sense of sadness tied to him. Um, and then, of course, the one with Cecilia I thought was pretty awesome, even though for me it was completely unexpected. So, yes, do I enjoy producing these? Absolutely. I love it. I love it. And I love it because I really don't have to talk much. And she does all the talking because she knows the stories better than I do. She writes those stories. I may write a brief introduction as I did in this one.
I
And
take what the family give me, and you guys get the true story of that.
yeah,
What I'm told
I
is what
wish
you
you
all.
would find a freaking doll that could cut hair.
Hmm.
It's driving me crazy. Everybody, today, oh, it looks good. I like it. I'm like, I think it was when Destiny, my little Des, said,
She
"Mom,
said she cut it for you.
yeah." She said I look like Billy Idol with it. And don't get me wrong, there's far worse things. Billy Idol's pretty cool. Billy Idol rocks. Um,
Today's Caden's birthday.
yes, a big happy birthday to Kay.
Hmm.
Uh, A great young guy, a great young man. Caden's an awesome dude. He really is. Um, he's into the media thing too. So I'm gonna get my grubby little paws on him, and I figure maybe we can learn some stuff from each other. And hopefully here soon we will have some new equipment coming in. I do have some things that are ordered that are on their way now, but the media part of what we do isn't just gatherings. It isn't just um, darker stories, but we also do. We work with various clients. Like I'm very happy to work with Dr. Debbie Hall, and producing her commercials and doing anything I can to get her into office because I really think that would be a great thing for the people in this county, and it could spawn change in other counties too. But we're also hoping to be working soon with some tourism places in Floyd, Johnson, or just about anywhere, especially around the Appalachian region, because I mean this is my home. I grew up here. I know what a lot of the stories are, and I love these stories. I've loved them since I was a kid. And here soon we are going to go to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and we're going to do a video episode for the Mountain Mysteries on Mothman. And we're talking with some people right now who claim to have had encounters with Sasquatch, skunk ape, Bigfoot. And from what they've described, at some point or another, when I was drinking, I probably went out with one or two of them and maybe even dated them. I don't know.
Lloyd said he did too.
Huh? Lloyd did too.
He went out with a gorilla.
Yeah, I heard her name was Sir Pounds a lot. So,
Sir,
it's a crackhead.
Or shoots up a lot, I think.
So, are you saying that her birthstone was a crack rock? So,
Yep.
we do have, this show is not all about seriousness and, oh dear God, you're wearing the hat.
And what does that make you think of?
Hankering for a hunk of
cheese.
Yeah, because he will go around wearing that hat, singing that song. You Gen Xers out there that are our age, Stace and I's, you'll know.
Yeah, we're in our 30s. So
yeah, exactly, and have been. I've been in my 30s for 20 some years. So I'll leave it at that. So welcome in to everybody watching this evening, and to everybody watching on a recorded delay. I know that not everybody. A lot of people get up super early in the morning, go to work, and a lot of people watch it on YouTube on down the road, and that's fine. So, but either way it is, thanks for watching, and thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of us. We are getting ready to debut the episode. Then after that, I figured that we'll come back and talk to it and spend the last few minutes of the show tonight.
I may have a little something to show you guys afterwards.
Yes, yeah, the real deal. But yeah, maybe have some time doing a spirit box session. And next week we'll either have on a guest or another episode of this, because next week will be March, won't it, Stace?
Yeah.
To the best of my memory. We go into the 1st of March this weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah. February normally has 28 days in it, and then every 4 years you got the leap year, which is 29. I think this year though is 28. So no. There we go with it. So anyways, Stace, as always, I will ask you to just say roll them, and we will start the show.
Let's roll them.
it was just a bad dream. Or at least, that's what we tell ourselves. As the morning sun creeps through the window, we try to shake off the lingering unease, convincing ourselves that reality is far less frightening than the shadows that haunt our sleep. But some things, no matter how hard we try, can't be explained. Oh, it was just pipes rattling or the house settling. I didn't really see a shadow. Did I? It was some kind of a goofy eye trick. But in our hearts, we know some things. Some things that we have no answers to. Some things that simply cannot be explained. This is the story of a bear, a teddy bear. Oh, but this is no ordinary bear. Certainly not a typical child's toy that we all know and love. This bear has a history of malevolent acts, terror, and some would say malicious intent. No, it didn't begin this way. Tragedy mixed with extreme emotion is what brought this doll to 606 Paranormal's Stacia Underwood. And now, here she is to tell the story of this seemingly wonderful little fellow.
Graveyard Teddy is a special bear. He belonged to a little girl named Maddie. Now, keep in mind, this was in the early 1920s. Maddie was around 7 years old, and she absolutely loved to play with her teddy and her precious tea set. Those were her most favorite things on earth, as she would describe it whenever you asked her what her favorite toys were. She would sit Teddy down on the floor and get her tea set out, and then meticulously place each cup and saucer in a little pattern. Then she'd pretend to pour the tea. Maddie was such a sweet child, and everyone looked forward to seeing her. Sometimes Maddie would help her mom to make lemonade, and then she'd take it around the neighborhood to their neighbors and her close friends. She was the kind of child who always had a smile and a hug. Her father was the owner of a lumber yard in town, and sometimes he would help to build new homes for people. Maddie would sometimes go to her father's workplace with him. She would sit in the office and talk to the customers, and of course, she took her teddy with her. One day, she went to work with her father. He told Maddie that he would have to be very busy today and couldn't keep an eye on her like usual. But she said, "It's fine, Daddy. I have Teddy with me, and he'll protect me." Her father laughed and said, "Okay, you can come along, and I'll bring you back home early before it gets dark." So off her dad went to help in the lumberyard when they arrived. Maddie went straight for the office. She walked in and began to play quietly with her teddy and her tea set as well. A couple of hours passed by. The normal people came in and spoke to Maddie. As the hours creeped by, a strange man that Maddie didn't know came in. She said, "My father is busy right now. May I help you?" He said, "Yes, I need some help. Could you please help me find my puppy? She's very little and she's gotten lost." Maddie agreed. She walked out behind the building to help look for the little puppy. The man said he thought it ran up into the woods, and so they began walking up the hill into the woods. And they disappeared. Or so it seemed.
Maddie!
Not long after, Maddie's father went to his office to get Maddie to take her home. It was getting dark, so he knew that he had to get her home because she had to be hungry. He walked in. There was no one there, only Maddie's tea set. He ran outside and began calling for her, again and again. He walked over to the creek, where she sometimes liked to sit, but then heard nothing. After searching all around the area, he called for the police. They searched all night up until the daylight, when even more policemen would show up to help search, because everyone loved little Maddie. Up until one of the officers radioed the others. He said, "We found her," and he gave his location. One of the officers grabbed Maddie's father and told him, "Come with him." When they got there, several officers were standing around with their heads hung very low. Some were wiping tears. Maddie's father ran to the spot. He saw her laying in a pool of blood, face down, with branches covering her and rocks thrown on top of her. "Maddie, no, God, no." They were all absolutely heartbroken and shocked at what they'd seen. Maddie had been murdered. She had 12 stab wounds. When the coroner pulled her up out of the awful place and put her in the gurney, there was little Teddy, still in her hands. He then took the bear and handed it to Maddie's father. He took it with him and thought at that time he'd just put it in her coffin with her. Her parents held a small service for Maddie at their little church. Maddie's brother took Teddy and placed him into the small white coffin. He'd slipped it under the netting that they had placed over top of her. This is so that the wounds wouldn't show near as much. He then told her, "Sissy, here is your Teddy. He will always be with you, and he'll be here to protect you. I'm sorry I couldn't." Maddie's parents could barely even stand to be in the church. As they closed the lid, they walked outside to the cemetery. Maddie's parents asked the preacher if they could please open the lid so that they could kiss her forehead one last time. The preacher agreed and opened the lid. Her mother and father cried as they kissed her goodbye, and her father tapped the little Teddy on his nose. "See you around, Ted." The days passed by slowly. It seemed as everyone was just trying to heal from this. Maddie's father came home from work early, and as he got out of the truck, he saw something move out of the corner of his eye. He walked over to Maddie's little swing that he'd fixed her on the tree. And to his surprise, there was Teddy. Ted? How in this world? What? He called for his wife, and she came out in a hurry. He said, "Did you see this?" as he held Teddy standing there in front of her. "No," she said. "I was out here hanging up laundry only minutes ago." "Well, it was right after Bill left for school, but there was nothing there. How is this happening?" They picked Teddy up, and they took him in, and they placed him on Maddie's bed. Through the years, he would appear and disappear many times in their little home. Later through the years, he was stored in a tub until Will's great-granddaughter would end up taking him and displaying him at her house. It wasn't long until she found out that he liked to hide, especially from her, and that, my friends, is when she contacted me. Good. Yeah, it's good.
This happened in the early 1920s in Kansas. So I'm assuming it's safe to say it was over 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, that little girl, who was about 7 years old, 8 maybe at the time, you actually found an authentic picture of her.
This is Maddie and her brother Will.
So she was about that age when she died. What was that, about a year before it was taken?
Mm-hmm.
Or a year before she had died? Beautiful little girl. A good looking young fellow there, too. So, but it just goes to show that it was, when something like that happens, you can't help but think that it would make sense that something, especially so close to her as Teddy was, would absorb that kind of energy. Now, like I said, I'm not a paranormal person. I don't know. I say that, but yet sometimes I get feelings that are so hard to ignore that I cannot help but think that, you know, the closer an object is to somebody when they pass, would that not seem, and I'm posing this as a question to you, Stace, would that not make sense that their attachment would be something that was that close to them in this life?
Absolutely.
Now, to further go on the story a little bit more, Will put Teddy in the casket with Maddie. They laid
Casket was closed. She was buried.
Thank you. That's what I was going to ask.
She was stabbed 12 times.
And then X number of days later, Teddy shows up on a swing at the house. How many days later was it?
It was like 90 days.
Oh, okay. So within 90 days, within 3 months. And needless to say, it really caught everybody in the family completely like, all the questions that you would ask.
The murderer, the possible one that was, did this.
They ever get him?
No, but he was one of the new people that moved in that her dad was going to build a house for her.
Oh my God.
He'd been down there to the office a couple of times and had seen her, went in and struck up a conversation with the dad and was talking to him about getting him to build him a house.
How much do we know about the facts concerning her death? The facts.
Everything I've got, I don't think I've been told.
Okay. Because I'm wondering if it went further. I mean, did this guy just have a penchant for hurting kids, or was it something even more sick and twisted? And you know what I'm getting to.
Yeah, that happened.
It did?
Yes. She was.
I wouldn't say it.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They found that and the 12 stab wounds, but she was stabbed all over.
So he raped her and killed her.
Yes.
I hate being the bad guy that want to say that, but
we're adults, so.
Well, her memory deserves no less than the truth.
That's right. That's why I've kept all these stories kind of.
Jesus.
Just between us,
So it's really not a wonder. It's really not a wonder why the bear is the way the bear is.
No, he was never caught. He given the dad a completely different name.
And then he got out of town, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's probably why they never caught him.
And you're looking at 1921, so.
Oh yeah, technology was not near what it is now. I mean, criminal investigative technology, it's not nearly what it is now. Not these days. But here's the kicker. Every single one of these dolls that she has a story similar. I mean, they have a story with pure raw emotion tied behind them. Look, an object doesn't get haunted just because a ghost wakes up one morning and says, "Hey, what am I going to do today? Let's see, I got to go to the grocery store. I got to get some Cheetos spook sticks, and I got to get this, and oh yeah, by the way, that's not how it happens. Normally something this malevolent, or normally something not necessarily malevolent, it's not the word I'm looking for, this emotionally charged ties to it. Now, my question, Stacey, is do you think that Teddy is more of a residual or an intelligent kind of thing?
I think it's intelligent because it's always something different. It's not residual because he's not always doing the same thing.
And residual, yeah, exactly. Residual is like, you put your DVD on repeat, and it just over and over and over. And
I could put him on the table if I decided to take him out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
I've got him, in the glass case, If
Yeah.
I took him out and sit him down on the table, we could probably find him in the washer by the washer and dryer.
Well, that kind of sort of answers my next question, which was on a
different
scale of,
spots.
which was on, could you compare him to the other dolls in terms of how active he is and the feelings? And I mean, has he ever been malevolent towards you or towards anybody in your family or
No,
any of his? I mean, I can tell you, I've not, the feeling I get around him is pure raw sadness.
that's what I've always told everybody.
Around Agni, I get this be careful kind of.
Boo!
Around Reagan, Reagan, I don't. And Cecilia, I get a loving feeling from Cecilia. I do. I get from Reagan, I get a, it's almost like, the feeling you get around somebody that'll tolerate you. It's like, yeah, whatever. You just keep your distance and we'll be fine. That's the feeling I get from Reagan. The most hostile feeling I've gotten from any of them, to be quite honest with you, has probably been Agni. But I mean,
Me,
was
it's
involved in
Charles.
practices. Charles for you.
Hmm.
I was going to ask which one it was.
Not to me, but to others.
Mm-hmm.
Like he turned straight around and looked at at Caden.
Yeah. I knew that.
You
I
know,
knew
with
he
that
had
hand.
the back of the neck before too. I know that has happened.
And I told you when I first got him, I said I've got this connection with him. I can't. I just have to pick him up and.
Well, I tell you what I kind of, and again, I'm no expert, but I tell you what I kind of feel about it is you do care about him, and you care about all of them. I know that. I feel that. I see that in your eyes. I see that in your actions and in the way you handle them. But let's face it, given Charles' story, if you go back and watch episode 1, which was exactly what episode 1 was about, Charles kind of wound up being, in a way, I guess you could say, or I could see where he would feel like he was discarded in a way. But I mean, is it something he brought on himself? Yeah, probably. But let's
he
face
had razor blades in his pockets.
mm-hmm.
So
and Lord forgive me for this, but I cannot remember the other one's name. Lars and
Tobias.
Thank you. They came together, and wait until we do the story on that one, and you see the trunk they came in with the stains in it, which we think may have been blood. Those two present an entire. Here's the thing: we could go on with every single doll that Stace has, and each one is going to be uniquely different, and each one will be just, well, for most people, I don't know if this is the proper word to use, but interesting, or maybe a better word is intriguing.
That's why I do it.
Well, I love you, but better you than me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now I got to be honest, I've never had any problems out of them. I've never.
You
But
won't.
now I also show them a respect too.
I can bring them to your place.
Oh God.
How you going to do that? You have to touch them first.
Uh-uh.
I know. Yeah. Because you think your car's falling apart was bad. Wait till you fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta have another surgery.
And hence, that is why I said what I said. But here's the thing. I mean, I've always been of the mind that just because I don't understand it doesn't mean I'm going to disrespect it. There's people I don't understand, and I don't disrespect them. And to me, this is really, it's a principle. It's a solid principle, and it applies to about everything. Just because you don't necessarily understand something doesn't mean that you don't have to respect it, or that doesn't mean that you need to be disrespecting it.
Right.
I do not understand how these attachments form, even though I'm getting a better feeling all the time the more I do these stories. Because here's
There's
what
no way of knowing.
do what
I've racked my head. I have racked my mind for years.
I get feelings about it. But you also have to think I'm the one that, when you do the voiceover, I edit it, I produce it, put it together along with the video. It's your story. that you're telling me, that is what makes me get the feelings. That, and I have been around almost all of them that I know of. I'm sure that there may be a few I've not seen before because you have so many, but most of them, yes. And like Jenny, I've loved that. I've loved her from day one. I thought she was gorgeous. And I think Reagan's beautiful. I think every single one of them have a story to tell. And I love the idea that you had this, and it really didn't occur to me until later on that by telling these stories, it can generate interest and get people out here to actually meet them if they would like to when you resume the Darkest Stories tour, the doll tour.
Mhm.
Because I told you tonight, and this is going to be coming kind of sort of soon because there's a little bit of work I want to do here and there, but there's going to be anthologies of these. In other words, you'll be able to watch them on YouTube or at the Darkest Stories tour, and there'll be like 4 stories at a time. So, we just completed number 4. So the first anthology will be coming out probably soon, and it's going to be a little over an hour long, but you're going to learn who Charles, like for this first anthology, we had episode 1, Charles, episode 2 was Agni, episode 3, Cecilia, episode 4, of course, Teddy. So you'll get to meet, or you'll get to see and learn the story behind these particular dolls. And what it is give you a better understanding that if you see a sign up here that says, please do not touch, you'll know why. It's not Stace being, touchy or anything like that. It's not Stace being ho-hum about it. It's her being, look, this is for your benefit.
Yeah.
You
I have ones you can touch. But
yeah,
then ones there you can't touch.
you do. And you've made that clear from day one. But I've also seen people come up when they've touched the ones that were clearly marked do not touch. Hands burning, nosebleeds.
Yep.
Any number of things. And all you're trying to do is save people from that kind of thing right there. So you think that the next one is going to be on Reagan?
Yeah, I think so.
Big hats off to Crystal for her AI work.
She's ready. Yeah, Crystal, thank you. Good job.
Yeah. Now there was a few things there. Crystal is new to this AI stuff too, and she's learning things, and I'm actually going to
do good
in a school for that. And because that's going to be a big part of what Crystal Media does for everything. Well, almost everything. But we're going to incorporate AI and the storytelling, and maybe even some of the videos that we do for clients. We're going to be something a little bigger, including website design eventually, and as you could guess, music for clients like jingles and things like that. So Madonna's right, right there in chat. She said use caution.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and be respectful. Look, I've always believed this from the time I was a kid. Spirits, I've never had a doubt. I've just always known they were real. I very strongly, it's not that I believe in God, it's that I know God is real. I know Christ is real. I know, and so is the other stuff, the things downstairs. But, imagine being a person, which you are, and somebody just blatantly disrespecting you for no reason when they don't even know you. Would that not make you a little bit upset? It would me. Well, they're no different. That's why I've never been a big fan of provoking, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to get a response, trying to get a rise out of somebody. Stace, what if I walked over there and I started calling you names and poking and prodding on you, all because I'm trying to get a rise out of you? Well,
You'd be on the floor.
Well, if I didn't love you, I'd probably bite you or something if I was a spirit.
Or beat the hell out of me. You start throwing hands. You'd be upset. That is absolutely true. And you know what? I think that you'd have every right to be that way. If I walked into your home and disrespected you, you'd have every right to put foot to ass.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't expect anything less of anybody else either. So why would you expect something less of somebody walking in there and doing this to the spirits? Now, it's different if you walk in and you're like, look, I just really like to communicate with you and be honest and upfront and say, I'm trying to establish if this is real. Or, like Crystal just said, heck no, leave the spirits in peace. Yeah. And Madonna, you're right. You're right, sweetheart. She'd slap me. She slapped the taste out of my mouth. Time she got done, I'd be so broke I couldn't afford to pay attention. So that girl's got more accommodations in a middle school locker room. So it's
That's true.
yes, I know you do. I've watched it. I've seen it happen before, a few moons back, but I remember my girl being out there in the plaza whooping Candy ass and sending people down to the
Me?
SmackDown hotel.
Ew.
SmackDown hotel. I think Lloyd's come close to getting into time or two myself. So, but it's
He has.
yeah, I know he has. I have no
Think
doubt.
about it.
The
Got
only
Louis Vuitton sitting over there. It's got
It's
brass
funny.
corners.
cook. He makes a good burger and good grilled
He
chicken.
does.
Oh, he's a hell of a cook.
When I'm not feeling good and he cooks, it's good.
No, it is. It's good eating. I'll tell you. Boy, that chicken. Lord have mercy. But yeah, it's one of those things, if you ever decide I can tell you right now, I have no desire to get into paranormal investigations. I don't. And it, more than anything else, it's out of respect. But it's also because I don't know what I'm doing. Would I go with Stace on one? Absolutely. I've got her back no matter what. I made that promise to myself and to her and to Lloyd, and anything I can do to have her back, I'm gonna. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit there and start provoking or anything like that. I'm going to pretty much follow Stacia's lead. If she says, okay, Chris, I need you to stay out here, then I'm going to stay out there. I'm pretty much going to hang around right where she told me. I will have a Diet Coke and a smile and shut the hell up, as Richard Pryor told Bill Cosby to do.
And I have to have him with me backstage before I come out.
Who, me?
Yes.
That's because I'm used to public speaking. I've been doing it for over 30 years.
Well, I'm glad you were there with me because
Well, it's whether it's at the, in front of people or on a microphone in front of,
Yeah.
with a lot of people tuned in, however many it was. I normally, when I'm public speaking, I pick out a few people to my left, to my right, center, wherever. And if you remember in London, I did this. I actually walked around the audience.
I saw you. Hmm.
Yeah, I actually walked around the audience and was talking to people. I don't look at, oh my gosh, there's 1,000 people out here, or 300 or 500 people. I look at people as people. I say, well,
Like, who's that good looking hottie right there?
Yeah.
Start going over.
yeah. Hey, baby, you look like you
You
about
think
80.
you better.
You look like you about 80. What's up, girl?
Dude,
Baby, I really don't care if you're a cougar or a turkey vulture. You know what the difference is? A cougar, you're an older woman that likes younger guys. If you're a turkey vulture, you're 30 years past your prime. You still like to hunt, just have a little trouble landing the prey. So it's okay though. It's all right. We all deserve love. Everybody needs it. So, but yeah, I've never had a problem with that. And to be quite honest with you, I really enjoy talking to people, meeting them, and I love hearing their experiences.
that's what I'll enjoy after the show. But the people that will stand around to talk and tell me, I love it. And they also bring dolls to me. At the last time before last, I had probably 3 people that brought dolls to me.
I think that's awesome. You are well known for your work and the paranormal, and you're
I've
well
always
known,
had respect
and you're
for
well
it.
known as somebody who cares for dolls and other objects that may have attachments to them, be it intelligent or be it residual. I have no doubt about that. I think it's absolutely awesome. And like I said, I got a lot of respect for you for that. But I've loved you and respected you since we were 8 years old, 9 years old. As a matter of fact, I think on one of the next interviews that we do on one of these episodes, I'm going to interview you. Not about the specific doll in that particular episode, but about you. I think a lot of people out here would like to know a little bit more about how you got into this field and how all this came to be, the ones that don't know. And I think that you have quite the interesting story to tell yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to send Lloyd away somewhere. I don't care where.
Florida.
Okay, that works. We'll get Des to do up your hair real nice and pretty, like it is right now.
It's clean.
Well,
That's about it. I've had a hard
I know
day.
mine's got a damn mind of its own right now. And we'll get Caden to run the cameras and operate the cameras and all that because he knows how to do that. It ain't hard. And I was going to pick on myself there, but we're going to leave that alone. But you and I will sit down and have a conversation. And of course, we'll still share the stories of whatever particular doll you want. But I would love to do that with you. You know,
That's fine.
yeah, it would be. You know, we'll have some coffee or some Irish coffee or something like that and knock back a little bit of it and just go with it. And Madonna had a very good point, and she knows how to handle them. Well, you know what? She had to learn. And I got a feeling, a sneaking suspicion, some of that learning came the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
And I will advertise Lloyd's Punch Bowl cake. Oh, that was good. That was so good. That was
Thanks.
it was incredibly awesome. It really was. But yeah, I'm interested to know it too. And we are, yes, in the works right now, almost ready to go with. You see, with the Mountain Mysteries, especially where we do interviews with some people, we don't really do a script, per se. It's more of a layout of the ideas of how we're going to tell the stories. And the only reason I do that is because where are we going to shoot? Who do we need to contact in order to get permission to shoot wherever? How do we do this? How do we do that? Figure it all out in advance so you're not doing it the day before and you're all stressed out. Unique theory, right? It's called planning. And we are just about ready to go with the one on April. Now, you want to talk about one's going to be a heartbreaker. That's going to be heartbreaking. And I will go ahead and tell people, yes, we are going to do one as long as Debbie and Missy are okay with it. We're going to definitely, I want to do one on Amber Spread. And there will be others to follow too. And we will announce them as we get closer to that. But I don't care a bit to say the next ones that are coming up are Debbie and Amber. Some AI will be used in it, and a lot of it's going to be real stuff. I like a little brother is born in my cough. I'm with you, Charles. I can get behind that. I'm all for it. You know, I told my child one time, I said, get me some of the Jim Daniels out of the closet. She said, Jim Daniels. She said, Dad, isn't it Jack? And I said, baby, when you've known him as long as I have, you can call him whatever the hell you like. So, thank you, Patricia. Chris,
Thank you, Patricia, honey.
And Stacia is so beautiful and amazing. Thank you so much, Patricia. That was meant for you, Patricia. You're a beautiful human being. Thank you so much, baby. Lloyd, keep it up. And I swear to God, we're going to take that hat off your head, shine it up real pretty, cock that some bitch sideways, and it's going
to be
your candy.
I'm looking for a hunk of cheese.
I told you. He really goes around the house singing this. I've been there sitting right next to that pretty little blonde-headed girl right there on the couch, and he'd go around. The only thing I'm surprised that he's not done yet is get, like a mop, like a toy horse, and going around.
Those were popular when we were kids. You don't see them anywhere anymore. You don't see
I'm
those.
talking about a broom. Lloyd don't need the horsey broom. He just a broom will work with him.
I used to love those when I was a kid.
Did you have one?
I had two.
I never had one. I never did. So I don't know.
What I had was, I've still got my toys.
I had a ton of basketballs. Madonna said he's a pimp daddy. I had basketballs, footballs, had dirt bike, which I ran through the old man's shed once. That was not. Instead of saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" which Mom was saying, Dad walked over and said, "Get your ass up and get back on it." It's either that or I'm selling it. I got back up and I got on it, and I rode that thing like a $2 hooker on a dime night. I learned how to ride. Oh, speaking of which, if anybody's interested in the selling trade, Prestonsburg, I have my Harley Davidson for sale. 2022 Road Glide, 107 Screaming Eagle Stage 2 on the kit on the motor, which was installed by Harley Davidson, not me. Upgraded Rockford Fosgate audio system. The whole Lloyd and Stace have both seen it. The damn thing is custom out the yang, and all I'm asking for on
It
it
is.
is payoff. That's it. And you don't pay me for it. You would pay Harley Davidson directly for it, and the dealership can take care of that for you. What am I going to ride?
That's right, Candy.
And I've got a broom. I'm going to go buy a broom like Stacia had with a little horsey head on it. And that is probably how I will get around from now on. So he gets a broom. He is
At
alive.
least we have fun.
Fly away in the sky. Goodness. I love it. When my 10-gallon hat is filling 5 gallons flat, I hanker for a hunk of cheese. You're right.
Lloyd, when I first came up with it, Lloyd didn't remember what I was talking about, and then he's like,
I remember
"Oh
it
yeah,
like on an after-school special or something.
yeah." I was trying to tell him what it
What
was.
was it?
and I
They
was
had
like,
the electric
had to
company,
pull it up.
conjunction function or conjunction, whatever. What's your function?
Junction, junction. What's
Yeah,
your function?
conjunction, junction. What's your function? Yeah, and all that stuff. And yeah, God, I still remember that.
That's Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Due to the outbreak of COVID, yes, it's stopped until further.
And sorry, we didn't have any teddies like you liked for you there, Charlie.
Yeah,
I got some in there in the closet, but
that kind of teddy. That's what Charlie said. Oh, it's that kind of teddy.
I like to die when I seen it. He's always got me laughing.
You know what? Charlie is just Charlie, and there ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah, that's why I've always said, be who you are. To
That's
hell with
right.
being somebody else. Be who you are. That's hard enough. It takes more guts to be yourself than to follow a pack. So,
It does.
so with what time we've got left, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes we can go if you want. Do you want to do a spirit box session tonight? Because I know a lot of people tune in to see that and hope to hear from a loved one. And I would not deny that anybody, especially if you do hear from a loved one. Because I know we all miss the people that we've loved and lost.
Oh yeah, and also if anybody wants to do any call outs, go ahead right now and start thinking of who it is and thinking.
It wouldn't be Goose, Angie. It'd be Maverick. I'm not a Goose kind of guy, even though I have been known to. Oh, I'm sorry. I hate it when it does that. So it's. I am going to get one of those Top Gun shirts that has a picture of Goose on it flying the bird, and on the back it says Goose does not approve of this bullshit. So it's. Love you too, Charlie.
We love you, Charlie. You're awesome.
Yeah, you rock, man.
We'll get you some teddies in here. We'll get some women here with some
Tell you
teddies
what,
on.
Stace will supply the teddies, and I'll buy you a couple of beers. So, or Jim Daniels, as it may be, however you.
Or what is it? That nasty stuff at Jägermeister.
Oh, God.
Ooh, no.
Why does everybody always say ooh? Madonna, is Jägermeister ooh?
Ooh.
I've
I
never
think
tried
it is. I don't like it. I never did care.
Madonna will tell me the truth.
I just don't care for Jägermeister. I never did.
Jägermeister.
That's a good way to put it.
G-A-G.
Maverick is cool. You saw Top Gun Maverick, where those younger kids were like, "Oh, what the hell can he teach us?" Son, he took every one of them to school. I mean, I was like, yeah, that's our Maverick. That is our Maverick. That's right. So, yeah, Stacey, if you want
Definitely, it's always open for April.
if you want to get
Madonna says she loves it.
Oh, she loves Jaeger. God bless her.
What she said.
Well, that's okay. She's got the
What
right.
do you mix it with? What does anybody even mix it
And
with?
drink it straight.
Some people do drink it straight, and
Bub.
yeah,
Angela.
Treb has mixed it with stuff before. He's
We will. When's your birthday, Charlie? We'll put on a good one. Aunt Judy, can you come through for Candace?
Stephen Olmsted.
Lester and Ollie, can you come through for Patricia?
she misses you something fierce. Madonna said straight or Red Bull.
Huh?
Madonna mixes Jaeger with Red Bull or straight.
Red Bull or straight.
Madonna.
Jaeger bomb.
Love her. Me too.
Patricia, that very well could have been something for you.
I said, sis.
Today's your birthday, Charlie.
Is
Happy
your- is
birthday.
your- that's yours today, Charlie?
Happy birthday, brother.
My son's too. Happy birthday. Hello. Hi, Travis.
Carla would like to know if her husband, Stephen Arms, is still around her.
Stephen, could you come through for us for Carla?
I'm sure he is, Carla.
I did. Maybe 50 pounds ago.
Charlie, I'm sure you're not talking about seeing Lloyd in one. So,
Yeah.
Yes, we'll put him in there. We'll put him in one, a red one.
and have him hop around on his little broomstick singing Hankering for a Hunk of Cheese.
Hiker for a hunk of cheese.
God have mercy. I can't. I just can't.
That's
even-
what his cowboy hat always reminded me of. So I always said it, and he's like, okay.
Well, he can be like the bandit. He only takes off that hat for one or two things.
Yeah, Diablo sandwich.
Diablo
Dr. Pepper.
and a Dr. Pepper.
I'm in a hurry.
Make it fast. I'm in a hurry. You're welcome, brother. I hope you have a lot more coming. A lot more happy ones coming.
Boy. Anybody wants to come through? For anybody that's in our chat room, come through. Let them hear your voice. Sit up. Mess it up yours. Y'all heard it. I know
Talking
you
about
did.
Lloyd, yeah.
That's probably for me.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those nights, ain't it?
Daddy. Stephen, can you come through for Carla? Let's see if I can roll that back up a little bit. Some of these. Bub, can you come through for Angie? I know you can. That almost sounded like Angie's voice saying, Bub. Need to hear from my mom, Lester and Ollie. Lester and Ollie, can you come through for Patricia? We'd love to hear from you all. Can you say something that she would recognize? Mom. Aunt Judy, can you come through for Candace? Now and I can hear you pounding away on that keyboard. He said shoot him. It's easy. Can you tell me what this doll's name is? What's that doll's name?
I believe I know who she is from here. I mean,
Hedgel. Did you hear that too? Yeah. That was plain as day. Teresa, Tessa, Albrecht. Would they find Nancy Guthrie? Is that her name?
yeah.
Will they find her alive? Not.
How long should she be missing now, Stace?
It's like 23, 24, 25 days.
Almost a month.
He said somebody hit her on the back.
I don't see them finding her alive. But I have been wrong before, and I hope I am again.
Oh, I have an awful feeling about it.
Yeah.
Steven, can you come through and say something that Carla will understand?
$25 days. What Madonna says.
That's awful. You know she's not going to be alive. She didn't have any of her medicines, unless it was a family that did it, and they have her medications and things that she needed somewhere else.
But why would they hold her like that? I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
there
For
must be
to
gain
try
from
to get
that.
money. Did you hear that? He said for the money,
Hmm.
life insurance.
Look, God, I know what it's like to need money. God knows I know what it's like, especially this last year or so. But there's nothing. No matter what we are in this life, it's temporary. And sometimes remembering that is so hard
It is.
because, it's kind of like you're walking through the forest and you wonder if you're ever going to get away from these damn trees. But trust me, the one thing that never changes in this life is that things always change. They get better, they get worse. They go, you have your ups and your downs. And what I'm trying to do now is teach myself that in our downtimes, those are chances for us to learn things and really rediscover who we are. Because you know what they say about character? Character is what you do when nobody else is looking.
That's right. Bub, can you come through for your mom? Who said I'm here?
Hey, Cameron Lee, could you give a shout out to your dad, maybe?
Hey,
Please.
Cameron, can you come back through for us and say hello to Charlie? It's his
Your
birthday.
it's your dad's birthday, yeah.
Come on, Cameron. He said, hey.
Okay, this is a good question for you, Stace. Angie asks, can we ask what the dark spirit wants that is visiting my sister, Susan? It's really affecting her daughter, Aubrey.
Yeah. Spirits, can any of you all answer that? Tell us what's going on with her sister, Susan. We talked about it earlier. And she said it's really affecting her daughter, Aubrey, also. I hate to hear that.
Angie, don't be too specific, but is Aubrey a teenager or is she maybe a little older than a teen or a little younger? You need to say something like that. You don't have to give me a specific age.
Alex, can you tell us what it's wanting?
I missed it.
D-E word.
Oh,
Said it 3 times.
Chat me.
The D word.
Oh.
Again, can you tell me what that is in her house? In Susan's house? In her residence?
If it's what you heard, those things don't come in uninvited somehow. Could be through a Ouija board. Could be through any. I mean, from what little bit I know.
I hate to hear that. I mean, I hate hearing stuff like I just don't. I hate that word. I hate it.
Well, yeah.
Something my father.
Okay, I'm hearing this stuff now.
Can you tell your dad happy birthday, Cameron? Danielle. Not that means anything to anybody. And little Maddie, if you could come through for us, I told your story today. Thank you. Will, was that you? There's Susan. Welcome in, Susan. Did you hear what it said a minute ago? Help. If anybody wants to come through for anybody in the chat room, now's the time to do it. You look good. Me. I saw her come in, Angie. Do you have a message for Susan? Or what she can do? Get those rods out real quick. Let me ask if it was a demon.
Here, turn it over. Everybody can see.
I will in just a second.
Okay, here. We're gonna drop them.
Spirits, if there's something that's demonic in Susan's home, can you cross the rods for me? Is it something that's a human and acting like it's demonic? Cross those for yes.
Oh, Lord.
It's a
So it's a
human
pissed off human spirit.
It's trying to act like it's bad.
It's an upset.
They're bad to run away. You know, they get over trying to act like they're mean, but they'll
Well, there's none of it good, but if that's the case, it's easier to perhaps deal with that than it would be something that is an inhuman entity.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah,
the
I mean, seriously, that's where you need to get the church involved. If it's an
Yeah,
inhuman,
last for
but according to
last
8,000
years.
rods, it's a human spirit that is, you know, maybe a medium could help. I mean, look, I don't know of any other. Stace is gifted with certain things, but I'm sure that she may have contacts somewhere that might be able to step in and help. But yes, it's not uncommon, especially if you know that little girl is as young as you said. They really can play one hell of an influence on younger people.
Yeah, if
And
you
for
need
that
me to,
matter,
I'll
any
talk to
people.
her.
Well, for that matter, it could be somebody my age. I mean, you know, they can affect emotions, they can affect moods,
You know,
attitudes.
I'm always
everything.
here for you.
Yeah.
What?
No.
Ask the rods. Okay, yeah, get the rods back out and ask the rods if Stephen's watching over them.
Not ready.
Well, yeah, it hides. Angie, what do bullies do when they're confronted? They run.
Okay.
They go the other way.
Stephen, are you
Whoa.
watching over them? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask it again. Shut them off. me ask again just to make sure. What was that? Stephen, could you cross the rods if you're looking over Carla and your family? Yeah.
No,
Cameron, could you cross the rods if you want to wish your dad a happy birthday? Happy birthday, Charlie. Wow.
they're crossed.
He said, thank you. Did you hear it? He said, thank you for doing that for him. Straighten them out real good and shake it off. Is she going to be able to get rid of this thing that's in her home? Susan, is she going to be able to get rid of this thing that's in her home? Cross them for yes. Leave them down cross for no. I heard yes on the speak box.
Rod, have a cross. Let me ask this question.
Whoa.
Susan and Josh. Let
Look at
Josh know he's with them.
Yeah, it's going the other way. Let me ask this question to them. Will she be able? Okay, just say when you're ready, Lloyd.
Go.
Go for it.
Will she be able to get rid of them with the right help? Yep, there it is.
Yep.
I've learned just enough to know that sometimes it's what you ask and how you ask it. So more than likely, Susan, if this is to be, then you will have to bring in the assistance of somebody to help.
I did too. Man.
You guys got better ears than I do, apparently. And I'm sure y'all have better eyes. So.
Bub, can you come through for your mom and give a shout out to Susan and Josh and let Josh know that he is with him? Can you do that for him, Bub? Cross the roads for your mama. Josh, right there we go. There's one shout out.
That's a good question, Susan.
It is.
Another question. Is it attached? Is whatever's in Susan's home attached strictly to Aubrey?
Cross them for yes, please.
I got another question too. Yes, please cross them for yes. Okay. Is it attached to any other person in the family? This could be a good time. Yeah, but it's not doing it. So, okay. Last question. Is it attached to the property or the house itself and not the family?
Take it off and try it again. Take it off. There you go. Let's the energy run through your hands.
Okay. Once again, is it attached strictly to the property or the house itself? Well, if it's not attached,
Aunt Judy, are you with us?
It's a no.
Candace would love to hear from you. Can you cross those if Aunt Judy's with us? Or can you cross them to let Candace know that you're here?
No.
I heard the dolls moving.
Look.
It's cute. There you go. Yes.
that was my next question, Madonna. Is whatever is in Susan's house, is it just kind of passing through? Does it just come and go? Please cross the rods if it's yes.
He said Will just now. That was Maddie's brother.
Heard that.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. Yes,
Will. He said Will like 3 times.
that was Maddie's brother.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that would be considered a no, wouldn't it, Lloyd?
Yep. That's a no.
Okay. So it's not just passing through. Well, I've taken interest in this one.
Bub.
Yep.
Is it looking for her husband? Cross them for yes. There you
Is it
go.
looking for her
Her
husband?
husband.
Okay. Susan, honey, please take my advice on this and listen to Stacey. Do not use a Ouija board trying to figure out what it wants. Don't. If
play
anything,
into it.
contact a
No
reputable
recorders.
paranormal team.
Don't play into it.
Yeah. If you
What
do
happens
any,
is you get something that's any a little bit malevolent or just wanting to mess with you, and you start giving it more and more attention and more of your energy.
it
By
gets
doing
more
these things,
powerful. It gets
it's
more
going to get
powerful.
out of control.
It gets stronger. Mhm.
I've seen 1,000 cases like that.
Oh,
That's a good question. Does it need help crossing over? Please cross them for yes.
yep.
It needs help crossing over.
Wow. Look at that.
So, Stace, is it possible that whatever is in Susan's home could just be looking for some kind of attention, trying to get their attention so we can get help?
There's always a possibility. Always.
Okay. Well, that makes sense to me. It does.
There are millions of them.
No, I won't even allow them in the house, Riley. I won't even allow them.
Whoa.
So it's agreeing with what they said that there's always, yeah. So apparently, whatever is in your home is seeking help crossing over. A solid, reputable paranormal team. You could probably message Stace on her Facebook at 606 Paranormal, and she might be able to recommend somebody
Mm-hmm.
that could help with that.
It
But
depends on your
on
location.
there, not here, but on there, you could give her information about like where you live, et cetera. Maybe she knows somebody in your area that could come to you and provide some kind of help after an investigation.
If you can't get somebody to help out and it still gets to this point where it's doing stuff, just let me know. I'll help you.
Well, you know, she's got a little girl, yeah.
Yeah, anytime a child's involved, I'm there.
Aubrey's a baby girl. Yep, she's young.
Good idea.
Good. Anointing the doors and windows. That's good. Like I said, those States could tell you more about those kind of things than I could.
When you're anointing this stuff, you do it yourself.
I just kind of answer the phones and take out the trash.
What are you saying? Any type of a scripture, or what are you saying when you do this? I'm just wondering. It could be anything. It could be anything.
And let's not forget that if it is something malevolent, like anybody else, they can lie.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
I'd say Stace has dealt with more than that she cares to talk about.
Mhm. I don't listen to anything like I don't. That's shit.
Yep.
They don't really always necessarily care what they say.
No. John.
Sea salt and sage, and also prayer.
And
That
has it
is
been a while?
She says that they are not welcome. You cannot stay. You cannot have my family. You cannot, or you have to go in Jesus' name. Yes.
Good deal. Good deal.
We have no authority over anything except through Jesus. Everything is through him. Everything.
I do have my minister license. Not very many people know about that.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking.
I don't know exactly why it is that sage does what it does to them, but it does seem to do.
It goes back to the Indians. It goes back farther than that. People use that as a cleaning agent to clean bad spirits.
Okay. So it really came from the Native Americans. They figured it out first.
For the most part.
No. They are a very spiritual people. Yeah.
Lots of people use that.
She said it changed to 5 different things and watched every move she made.
It changed its appearance. Okay.
So you've seen this thing.
It's changing its form.
Well, that's a whole
Which
different.
that means that it's been for a long time, because that's takes a lot of energy and something that's
It
probably been
takes skill.
roaming around for a long time.
Yeah, it takes skill. Yeah. Like my old man used to say, son, before you can be old and wise, you got to be young and stupid first.
Hmm.
And I have been. I'm just waiting on the old and wise part to finish. So. Let me ask my nephew Jody if he is okay. That's from Mary Ray.
Yeah. Jody, can you come through and let us know if you're okay? Mary's here for you. Jody, can you come through? Can you say hello to Mary? Hey, Mary. Yes, and they said, hey, Mary.
She said it would not get close, walked backwards, started as a dog, and ended up as a black creature with red eyes and like a 6 foot long arms. Didn't stand up, stayed crouched down. Black creature with red eyes, okay.
Has it just started recently? Has this been going on for a while? Has it been recent? What's
Charlie.
what is it?
Charlie said, "My dad said, son, don't eat anything that would eat you first." Good piece of advice. And Carla said, "It sounds like, yeah."
The D word.
Well, if there's something in there that is just pissed off, it could be making itself to try to appear to be more than what it actually is, or something darker than what it actually is. But you have to remember, anger makes things darker. And if this is an angry, pissed off spirit, then yes, it could be, coming across that way. I heard something say a dog, is what Angie said. It's funny. I can hear the thing fine from here, but I just can't make out exactly. Not
It
like
said it's the husband.
It's the husband.
That's what a female voice just said.
Okay.
So we don't know what exactly that one's for. So.
Susan said it's been going on for a while, but today was the first time it traveled itself, and not just as a shadow, like moving.
No, all this is after you've anointed everything too, right? So it's definitely not going to be worried about anybody that's not of the cloth. It's not afraid. Okay.
I would be too.
Mm-hmm.
I know where you're going with this, Stace.
Mm-hmm. I swear it said, show me the man of the cloth.
Yeah. Well, it almost probably took it like you were challenging it.
Mm-mm.
I mean, that could have been how it took it.
Yeah, I was. I'd be there with a few people for backup.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
have
it was
play.
after I'd done that this morning. It showed itself to me around 4 to 5 o'clock this afternoon, and I anointed this morning around 7. Now that's what Madonna just nailed what I was getting ready to say. Sounds like it's pissed off over the announcement.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard dealing with stuff like that because you try to do everything you can do to protect your home and your loved ones, but when it doesn't work, it could backfire.
And that does happen.
So when you're tired, stressed out, the worst fears play tricks on you.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's
true.
true.
Well, that would make sense. That's
Chris,
why it
came
ran
through.
up.
Chris,
You what?
Chris again.
Chris,
You the man? It was a man that whispered, "You the man, buddy."
I'm just,
Or
I am just, like I said, I answer the phones and take out the phone. And I'm pretty happy with that. I'm okay with that. Well, that's life, though. Madonna said it's good versus evil. That's pretty much everything in life.
It's been like 5, he said. That's not like I said your whole name.
mm-hmm.
Did you hear that too? I have.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm here. If anybody else wants to come through before we close it down, you can come through and William, Doug, and something. I can't remember that voice actually.
Stace, is it okay if that Susan would message you?
Yeah.
On Facebook? Okay.
Sure, yeah, you can.
Well, Angie gave her a decent piece of advice. I just want to make sure it's okay with you. That you
Absolutely.
needed to call or message Stace and tell her everything that has been happening. She is the best. She will help you in any way she can. No, yeah, that's Stace. So that is.
Hi, Mom.
Pimp Daddy is cracking me up, said Madonna. That's Lloyd. He's Pimp Daddy.
Ooh.
You're welcome, Susan. I hope, if there's anything that we can do to help. And if there's anybody that would have to know how to do it, it'd be Stace. That's okay. I've seen Stace do things that made me believe when I wasn't so sure. Usually.
I think I'm going to wear a different hat every week.
Oh, God. Right, Madonna, you see what started?
I know you haven't had plenty. Yeah.
So he's going to go from Garth Brooks to Clint Black to Dwight Yoakam to whoever. Lloyd just noticed your cowboy.
Oh, you're welcome, Susan, honey. I'll help you. It may be a little bit before I can get to you tomorrow because I have a full day, but I will get to you. Ask the Rod if the spirit is buried closest to her. I'll ask the spirit box too. If it was buried close to her. Spirits, could you tell me if what this is, it's in Susan's home, is buried near her? We can get our yes or no pyramids out.
You got yes or no pyramids?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. I was just,
Well, you have to check them out when you come up.
Madonna said a different hat holding a different dog.
Nope. Nope.
That's a good idea.
Next week, Lloyd takes Reagan for a ride. Again.
Lloyd takes it up to.
No. Chris, I know where you live.
And he knows where you live too.
That's true.
Yeah, I've been there once or twice.
I'd like to thank the spirits that came through to us and talked to us tonight.
I missed my Destiny tonight. I didn't see her. Is she doing okay?
Yeah. I got a good one to tell you on her.
Okay.
For real.
Mom.
I just figured she came through here right now and say it, but she didn't. So
She is so awesome. Well, remember, by the time this thing hits the internet, it's about between 5 and 10 seconds, after we say it. She said it's
Mom.
worse at night. Take Agni golfing with you. Good luck with that, Madonna. Good luck with him doing that.
Yes. I thought I heard her, but it wasn't her.
I put her in the rough.
Must have been old chocolate. About to turn the golf cart over in that too. We'll leave that.
Oh gosh.
Mhm.
Poor Lloyd.
Yeah.
Whoa.
If you want to come through for anybody that's in our chat room right now, is the time to say goodbye or give them a message.
Good.
Bye. Sure that girl. Bye.
It's not nice.
And you what?
Right.
Look right there until you stick it up your butt again.
God.
Blood.
One of these nights, Lloyd's going to have a.
Crazier the voices get, the longer you leave this thing going. It just starts going crazy. They said it's worse at night. It is worse at night. Oh, God.
Mhm.
I hate that. Because you feel vulnerable at night, too. Because, your house is dark and it's just that it makes you feel vulnerable. But remember, you're not. That's your place. Charlie. He takes Teddy's for 100, Alex.
That's great.
He's rotten ass. He's just like us. Chris, should have laughed on that one. Donald.
I was thinking of Saturday Night Live skit, Sean Connery and.
What color, Charlie?
Mm,
What color am I thinking of right now, Charlie?
Black.
What color one is hanging in there? Tell me. I heard 2 blacks on here so far, but I don't know. We'll see if Charlie can
Oh, you look
read.
good in
read
red
my mind.
too. You look good in the red one too. You look good in any of them too.
There's Hazel again. She said she had a better. She said she had a better pecan ice cream. Ah, that
Better
sounds
pecan
good.
ice cream. God, it does sound good. Blue.
There is electric blue one in there. Black too. Red, pink. Louis likes wearing them, so I have to keep them in the closet there for him.
One of these nights, Lloyd's going to have a coronary because he's going to have a dream of Reagan straddling his chest, and he's going to wake up with a bad taste in his mouth, wet drawers, and a quarter in his hand.
Oh, oof.
Yeah.
But Susan, welcome to the family. We'll help you figure it out, and our chat room is the best. Our family is the best. Everybody is so supportive and so helpful, and trust me, you'll end up loving everybody.
If anybody here can help you, they will.
Mhm.
Deep Purple.
Yes.
You got
It's a good
Deep Purple
band.
one?
Well, that's regular purple, I guess, kind of dark.
We could have a little smoke on the water.
No.
You know, I said you just need to come on out the closet, Lloyd.
Madonna.
This morning.
Come on.
This morning.
I don't
This
even know
country
what.
guy on here keeps saying country stuff, and he's cracking me up. Yep, there she is. Our little squad. Where poor old James Paul's at tonight. He'll pull another disappearing act on us.
Teddy,
Don't have one of them. I said Teddy too, just now. Preacher.
Well, we got a thing started with Teddy's tonight, haven't we?
Yeah. Not Teddy, Teddy.
Yeah.
There's Agnes again. She comes through and screams all the time. All right, I'm gonna cut this down a little bit so we can let everybody get in the bed.
Yeah, yeah. But I'll leave that between you and Stace. So yeah. Well, anyways, guys, yeah, we're gonna call this quits for the night. Stace needs to get some rest. I think everybody does. But we want to thank you all for being here tonight. And if you've not yet done so, please subscribe to the channel. We've picked up several since last week. And this is the only place now that this is airing. Well, I'll say this. We will not be airing any of these on Facebook anymore. And it's not necessarily because of anything that they've said or did. You know, it's just an issue of one centralized location, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera. And I do think that it's a little better on YouTube than maybe other places. There may be the occasion when something comes up that we may air it somewhere else, but
And there's closed captions on here too, Charlie. I'll show you how to do it.
that would be awesome. And for
YouTube's got it.
anybody that could anybody that could use that would be awesome for them to have that. Absolutely. But we will be back, I guess, next Thursday at 9:00 Eastern, of course, with more of gatherings. And we hope to begin actual principal photography soon on the April project. And then, it's not really the filming of these things that takes so much time, I've learned. It's the editing. That can take quite a bit of time. The AI work takes quite a bit of time. But the actual filming of things isn't really too bad. And for a lot of the stuff in the April project, we're going to be, as long as the participants are willing and available, doing interviews with people like Sharon, Tim, and maybe some people that knew April in school, many of which Stace probably knows. I know. Lloyd probably knows, because we all went to school roughly in the same time frame and knew the same people and that kind of thing. So, but we're talking about 36 years ago when April was murdered. And I can tell you, as long as I'm living, I'll never let that memory die.
Mm-mm.
I, to this day, have dreams about her. And you will, hint, hint, see some of those dreams. And it's not those kind of dreams. It's the kind of dreams where, I've had dreams of her and I just sitting side by side and just talking about anything and everything. I have dreams about Trevor from time to time. I have dreams about Robin. I have dreams about, I've had a dream about Ollie. That doesn't make me any different from anybody else, I don't think. I think everybody has dreams about the people that they love and that they've lost. So, but with that, Stace, wonderful job tonight, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you for all your hard work too.
It's a blessing. It is. Um, yeah, you can hit the reminder button on these two, Mary. That's true.
Just go to YouTube and type in Chris Sloan Media. That's the quickest way to it, the fastest way to get on it. And when you hit that Chris Sloan Media and it pops up there, every time you type in YouTube, it will, and you put a C, it pops his first thing. It'll come up. And you can see it because it'll have a big red thing that says live on it. Chris Sloan Media.
Yeah, and about the only time I'll ever go live on here is when it's, when we're together doing gatherings. The rest of the time, and plus you can hit like subscribe and notify. I think it is, or subscribe, whatever it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when we post new videos, which we will post the story of Teddy, that'll probably be on there at some point tomorrow. But when we post new videos like that, then it will notify you if you want to watch. Then yeah, we'd love to have you always watching. But gatherings is about the only time that I'm going to go live on here unless there's something really, really up. And even at that point, it would probably be on live Facebook too. Especially if it warranted something that important, then yeah. So anyways, with those things being said, if you've not subscribed already, please do. And it helps us. There's no doubt about it. But next Thursday we will be back with more. And who knows, maybe another video or maybe a special guest. We'll keep you informed on here too. And of course, we'll always use Facebook to tell you what's going on and promote and the pictures and little trailers and things like that. I think Facebook is a very valuable tool. But it's got its uses and YouTube has its uses.
Right.
So, that's kind of what we're trying to distinguish right here. So anyways, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Thanks for being in the chat. And
love you guys.
Yeah, we love you very much and look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Again, Stace, Lloyd, great job tonight. And love you guys.
You too. Love you.
Okay, you guys have a wonderful night. And thank you again so much for being here with us.